Okay, a very good morning to one and all. So today we are introducing Mr. Mayur Borker ji. Mr. Mayur Borker founded SMS6 Corp in 2007 and has been responsible for the growth and strategic direction of company. With 17 years of impressive work portfolio, Mayur, an award-winning architect, leads clients and colleagues in rich collaborations to produce dynamic and smart spaces. He has been instrumental in leading his team and making it a strong and efficient unit. His combination of creativity and business acumen brought him to start an independent space for creativity and design to flourish. These qualities that have led SMS through a studio upward growth over the past 9 years. So Mayurji, welcome to IFBIC. The stage is yours, and today we are going to share one of the success story of the IFBIC. So the first success story will be shared by Mayurji. Welcome.
Thank you, Amrish. Thank you. Thanks a lot. First of all, good morning, good evening from whichever part of the world you have joined in. It's really nice. Thanks a lot for everyone on joining on Sunday morning. And of course, the more important is Saturday evening. So yeah, I would just make it quick. This is Mayur, and thanks, Amrish. It's nice to join IFBIC, and this is my first meet online. So I'll just present couple of slides based on what I do and what's the brand, what I own, and what's the future plan, and how we have started off the real estate factor, the real estate vertical of IFBIC. So just give me a second. I'll just share screen. Yeah, so hope it's visible for all.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I'll just introduce my firm, before which I would like to just go through a couple of slides. So architecture and interiors, I'm suppose everybody is aware of it, and I don't know what to speak about architecture interiors, because one thing is about the education part of it, but more of it is available on social media and others. So everybody seems to be aware of all the subjects, and of course the good God G, which is Google, which can give you enough knowledge on architecture and interiors. But this is something which I'm going to present what I know and what I have done, and how can I contribute to the society, and how can I contribute, of course, to the growth of IFBIC and of course their members. I passed out from Goa. I'm actually from a small state called Goa in India, and yeah, I did my architecture back there, and then of course worked in Bombay, and came back to Bangalore, and started off back then. And since then I'm in Bangalore. I work for a design company, so I was good in corporate office design and architecture also. Post which I got an experience from project management company. And so I just worked for a project management company, and learned how to get the work done on time, to the quality, and of course, in the cost manner. Post which I worked for a developer, which is I was handling when Apple was having a setup over here in India. So I was the key architect, chief architect between the developer and the company Apple, the brand Apple. Yes, so it gave me a lot of experience in terms of design field, in as far as the developer, and of course the project management skills. So yes, back in 2007, I started off with all my experience called SM6 Corp, and that's the tagline. So swift minds with a sixth sense. And architecture, interior design, anything you design, you require a lot of common sense. So that's all about it. And then you put together all the knowledge and come up with a design. So yes, I've just explained it, how I started this from 2007. And the achievements, yes, I did a project which is a mobile theater, and won an international award from the Charles Correa himself. And that's where I started doing a lot of creative stuff. And further on, we got award for the best corporate office design for entire South India. And that was the media house design for Ogilvy and Mather and GWT brands. So yes, there are a lot of achievements and a lot of certificates which have been achieved by my team as well as the brand. So that's how I built up my 22 years of experience in the field of architecture and interiors. We have developed over 5 million square feet, and we've done architecture. I will just go through the architecture and interior projects. Of course, the Triple ID Award and Charles Correa Award. And we have also worked on a green building project, which is IGBC Gold certified. This, so I'll just come. These are the key clients which we have just put together for this presentation. There are corporate office designs. There are experience centers which we have done for a good Novozyme company, which is in pharmaceutical. And we have done a couple of media house projects as well as pubs and restaurants. So worked across in various hospitality sector, industrial sector. We have done the amenity block and a master planning for a brand distillery. That's what is mentioned here. And of course, a good pub, which I will just show up the couple of images. This is called as La Mafia. It was a theme-based pub. So few projects to glance. All the projects which we did were interesting, but I would just speak about certain projects in our verticals. One is corporate office interiors, which was done. That was around 1.5 lakh square feet and 50,000 square feet. These are one of the high-end projects which we have done, which was around 3,200 to 2,800 rupees a square feet. Yes, of course, the interesting project was the pub, the theme-based pub, which we have designed. That was around some 8,900 square feet, which was designed in Bangalore. And of course, the experience center. The experience center was also good, though it was just 1,000 square feet. It was one of its kind because we were supposed to develop minus degrees a temperature inside one room to get an experience of the Himalayan regions. So they were kind of manufacturing a product which was pulled out from an algae which is only available in the Himalayan region. So we had to create that scene. We had to create all four walls which we have to project Himalaya. You have to have that kind of a temperature and sound and water flow inside that room. So it was quite interesting, and we did it successfully. So this kind of projects, are the ones which we have developed. So yes, these are the projects. This is the Ogilvy Mather, which we won an award for the entire South India. And yes, Novozymes, we work for pharmaceutical. Bluefish, Novozymes are the brands which we have worked upon. And a lot of MNC companies also. Media house, such as Times Network, also we have worked upon. IGBC Gold rated. This is a 300 apartment which is built in town Goa, and this was which is with clubhouse and all the amenities which are available. So we were involved in master planning and design, schematic planning and landscaping. So yes, these are the projects which we have done. Currently working on a startup which is more into a music space. So since we have done a lot of corporate office, and what I observed is a lot of brands, corporate brands, they have coffee shops, the best of coffee shops, the best of food court. You have the best of the fitness centers, and you have entertainment zone and all that, but nothing related to music. So it's been more than a year. I've been just studying with a lot of musicians as well as the corporates on how to get music into the workspace. I've already got a client who have shown interest, and just in talks with them. And this is a startup, so it's kind of an initial stage, and I'm looking for a seed funding. And yes, a lot of channel partners have also kind of agreed to join in this idea. So it's quite interesting. It's quite it's a small space though, but it's a different kind, a differentiator, I would say. And Yes, let's see. I'm sure a lot of clients will follow on this. Now, this is all about me and what I've done. But the interesting part is you always keep the best part at last. And the interesting thing is related to IFBIC. So when we were speaking, with Amresh, Alok, and of course the other members, we interacted with another member, Mr. Vipul Pathak, and he had a requirement of starting something in real estate. I will not go in details of it, but I will. What I would like to put here is there is a member who has requirement in real estate, and another IFBIC member, that's our firm, who joined hands with them, decided to help them to develop the master planning and develop the schematic plan for their Gurukul. So what's this about is it's a school, it's a different kind of school, which I would say it's kind of lost tradition, which they were trying to build up. And it's a really nice initiative. Found it very interesting, though we have done some sort of NGO school for a brand Kirloskar. We were involved only in the design part of it. So having the knowledge on the schools, of course, it was more on the ISCSC board, and we just thought of helping out and starting off the real estate vertical uh, right away. So we just developed a master plan. We studied the site analysis. This is how we do. We did the site analysis of how the sun path movement, and you have how the wind directions are. So to cut down on the electricity usage, to cut down on to assure that the natural greenery is maintained without disturbing the nature much, and of course the existing plantation on site. And then came up with a couple of options. I will not go in detail. It's just to show that we are not talking about we are going to start something in IFBIC real estate, but we have started. We have already begun on. It's not about exchanging numbers. It's not about exchanging contacts. We have already exchanged contacts. We have already started on this, and of course, I'm sure with what Mr. Vipul Pathak and Acharya is looking for, if we get through, the construction also will soon begin. So it's a good start on the real estate factor. Yes, it's of course easy to have real estate started when there's a lot of cash flow involved. But here, what we are talking about is donation, which I'm sure Mr. Vipulji, if he's there, he will just put probably a few words and tell you what is this Gurukul and what he is looking for. So Amresh, if you may permit, or if Molly may permit, can I just ask Vipulji to just speak for a minute or so? I think
Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, Vipulji, are you there? Up. Okay. I think there must be
Hello. Hello.
Boliye Vipulji.
Yeah, Mayurji, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, everyone.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are audible.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and we are good. Good to know that we met Mr. Mayur through this firm, and we have talked about this project. It is a Gurukul project for education of students, and it is a residential program. And we are not charging students any fees, so it's kind of free residential education program. And we are giving them modern education as well as some cultural and ancient India-based education to them. And the students are with us for 7 years. At most, this was normal kids. Workshop and short-term courses are different things. They are like 1 month to 115 days, but those things are not right now our priority. Our priority is to start the residential program for at least 150 to 200 students, and for the same purpose, we are interacting with Mayurji. because we want some residential structure which is low cost, which is very close to natural environment. There should be lots of greenery and less concrete, and uh, using as much nature as possible, without cutting trees, without creating carbon footprints and all that. We will be using biogas. We have discussed this with Mayur ji. We will be using biogas, solar energy, and like to make the operational cost minimum. So we are keeping all those things in point and in our mind, and we want support of all the members there to support us and help us in this particular project. And we are thankful to Mayur ji also, who has shown interest in this and is working with us. Thank you.
Yeah, so with this, I would just say, this is a good opportunity, and I just decided, because it's he's a member of IFBIC, and nothing better it could be than starting off from a school as a real estate. And what I've designed is that a school, or I would rather say I've used my knowledge to design a shelter for education, and that's what I've put forward. I've done my bit, and I'm doing my bit of contributing it to society, in terms of whatever knowledge I have, not whatever experience I have. So I would request everybody, and I'm sure with the great members who are involved, will be able to pull out a lot of donation. We'll be able to pull out whatever knowledge and experience we have to start off this project soon on a construction phase. So it's a pre-construction phase right now, and I would say soon it would get into a construction phase. So yes,
Yeah.
we have developed a couple of
Mayur ji,
options, and we are.
Mayur ji, just 1 minute. We want to add one thing, that this particular building Gurukul is under construction, and we have to start it. But we are running this Gurukul since the last 3 years. So the Gurukul is already running. The children are already studying with us. We are just creating a new shelter for them. Right now, we are in a small room where we teachers and all the students are living. Somehow we have purchased the land, and there we are building this infrastructure for them, so that we can give them education in a much better way. So the Gurukul is already running since last 3 years. Thank you.
Okay, we will be having a session for the Gurukul on coming Sunday. So there you can explain the entire things about the Gurukul. So Mayurji, kindly proceed.
Thanks, Amresh. So yes, I think I'm done with this. I made it, kept it very short since it was a good Sunday morning. Yeah, that's about me. And anything else you want to know about architecture interiors, of course, apart from the Google and social media, I'm available always. I'll be there to assist you in whatever experience I have with real estate development. So being architecture, being in interiors, I've whatever knowledge I've already shared it, and I've made it a little quick. So my wife always tells me, why don't you write down when you speak, don't spoil their Sunday. So she is always right. So I can't. Yeah, so that's about it, and I'm done speaking. Thanks a lot, Amresh. Thanks a lot, members, for joining in and giving me an opportunity over here to express myself, to show off my experience and my works, and that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayurji. The questions will be welcome. But apart from that, let me tell you. So we have the members today. We have two new members. Christina is with us. Vanity is with us. So they are the big names in the real estate, and I think they will be a very good connect for you. And as today we are sharing our first success story, so congratulations to you, congratulations to Vipul Pathakji, and congratulations to the entire IFBIC family. Now the question is, as you have already said about yourself, I will start with my first question, then I will invite our members to get interacted with you. My first question is that how people can make benefit by you and how you can make benefit by them. Because whatever we speak, we should keep in mind that IFBIC is a business making of chamber, and we are here to make profit with each other, to support each other. So how we can support each other, how we can earn from each other, and how we can take the industrial dream of the world forward. Yeah.
So yeah, Amrish, how I think architecture and interior subject is known in somewhat to all the people. I would say I have worked here. I've done projects in Chennai. I've done projects in Hyderabad, Bombay, Noida up north. So have experience in the field of designing and executing the same. We do design and build. So whatever projects you've seen, it's not only about the design. We have designed and executed them within the timeline and cost, of course, because nobody expects to go. That goes without a say. So if anyone wants to come up some projects, be it a real estate, be it in architecture, be it in greenfield projects, designing in anywhere in India or South India, I would say. Yes, of course, I can guide them on how to go about it. Be it since I am also involved from sanctioning to executing it. So I can put forward their proposals. I can help them on how to go about it. And in case if we can chime in for the construction or for the design part of it, of course, we are always there. Since we have already designed, we are always there. So I would initially say, it's a vast subject. So and there are many projects, farmers, residentials, be it solar farms or anything. So initially we can have a discussion, and of course, whatever I know and whatever context I have, I can always use it for the growth of IFBIC.
Thank you. So any further questions are welcome now.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Will you go overseas for your project?
See, overseas, we can do design, because there are a lot of licenses and other bylaws which are involved. So being a registered architect, I cannot step into some other country and start designing. In fact, for a company called Magit, which is a French-based company, they do defense, they do development, chip development for defense thing. We had done their office design in Brazil, but we were only involved in design phase. In fact, even for Novozymes, Novozymes, which we have designed an experience center, even they asked us whether we can do something for them similar in US. So we were only in design, but unfortunately it never took off. The project never took off. It was just rolled out for whatever reasons. So yes, we can involve as a master planner, and that's how we do. So a lot of projects in India have been designed by Singapore-based architects. And I've worked with them. I've worked with a lot of architects who have done greenfield projects design, and I was the chief architect moderator. So my job was to appoint a local architect who is aware of the bylaws, and then they take care of, the master plan is done by the architect, but the local architect would take care. So it would be vice versa. So, the architect can be asked from India and the concept, and then yes, we'll have to appoint a local architect to take care of the licenses and other bylaws.
What's the size of your team?
We are only 6 of us right now, but the best 6 of us. I don't believe in keeping 20 who are, since I have 22 years of experience, I do the master planning, and I make sure that I do the design part of it, and I chalk out the finances of execution. But the rest, we have the team. But Molly, it's a good question. Nowadays, what we work is, it makes sense to work on a consultancy basis and outsourcing few works, because the construction work is a lot of efforts needs to be put in, a lot of maneuvering of the project. We need to keep a watch on the finances. That's very important when it comes to design and build, and what we see as turnkey model. But yes, looking forward to build a good team. If it's required, yes, more manpower.
Okay, so any further question? Yeah, I think Vanity is having a question. Please. You are not audible.
You're mute.
You are
cannot hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Can't hear.
Can't hear.
Oop, I think she went
Yeah,
out.
she will be rejoining. Meanwhile, any further questions from other members?
I have a question. Although
Yeah.
I can ask him personally also, but I would like to him to comment on it so that other people should also know about it. My question is, in ancient India or in old buildings, they were not made of concrete. They were made of limestone. They were made of like pulses powder and different things which are natural and which maintain the climate within the room. So I would like Mayurji to speak something about those things, that how we can maintain the temperature, which we avoid AC usage of ACs, etc. By giving little bit attention to how we are building the walls and the ventilation things. Thank you.
Yeah. So technology is something which is continuously emerging, and it's as per the requirement. In earlier days, the real estate part was very different, and it was built in such a way that it takes care of certain requirements. The requirements change, the location changes, and you cannot say that I will still go with the old construction. So let's say now we are building a corporate office right in the middle of a city in the CBD limit. You cannot say that I will build with load bearing walls with bricks and all that. You have to use concrete, because there is timeline, there is somebody's money involved in it. So you need to build it up faster, and you need to give back the returns. As far as the ventilation, the light energy and usage of it, the population also increased. Initially the real estate footage for each person, we used to calculate around 200 square feet for one person, which is now in city limits, it's come down to around even 80 to 90 square feet per person. So we are trying to accommodate more people in a small real estate instead of earlier days. So this requires a different technology for ventilation. This requires different technology for the lighting. This requires different technology for security and safety systems. So everything emerges, and to do it within a short span of time, you cannot use your old way or methodology of construction. You have to go contemporary, and you have to use the latest technology for the benefit of the real estate.
Okay, so Vanity is back. Hope Vipul sir got his answer. So Vanity, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, very much. Welcome.
Okay, great. Thank you for the warm welcome. This is our first meeting. I wanted to say, with yesterday being Earth Day, what is the project that you're most proud of that you think best represents your observance of Earth Day and the initiatives to reduce our carbon footprint?
Very, very interesting. It's a vast subject. In fact, I found it very strange when one marble quarry guy was promoting Earth Day. I don't know how far it's valid. So in a way, he's trying to, carve out the entire nature and says Happy Earth Day. So anyway, it's a good subject. It's quite a big subject. People use the word called sustainability, eco-friendly and all, but I don't know how far the study has been done and how far the implementation makes sense. I would say Earth Day is something which is observed, and for me, the most interesting project we have just done, LEED certified, not LEED, sorry, IGBC certified gold rated building. And when we were doing the project, we were not allowed to get any material which was outside 150 to 180 kilometers radius. So from that project, we are not supposed to use anything which will consume more electricity. we were supposed to recycle the water and take it back into the functioning of the building, and you gain more points. But I think it's quite a big subject. If I keep speaking, yes, it's a lot of this, and you require a lot of expertise. And there are a lot of verticals, in fact, in real estate, which has gone down. There are consultants who are LEED certified consultants, who are exclusively meant to take care of the renewable energy and all that. And yes, of course, our job is to master plan. Our job is to give the developer the best of it in the finances what have been there. But I think this is one Gurukul is something which we are looking forward now to develop without using the energy levels. In fact, give it back to the grid. So that would be because it's located right next to the river bank. And yes, of course, as far as the earth and save soil, which is the latest thing which is going on. So yeah, probably hope to contribute towards it.
So
Thank you.
Can I add in, if Mayur permits, because we from a same industry? I just like to add on for the Earth Day.
sure, Alok.
So every year, there is an evolution of designing and technology. So as I've been working very closely with one project, which is called biophilic designing and architecture, where 70% of the architectures and interiors is totally greenery and sustainable, where it is said that 70% of the patients, or if you consider a hospital or you consider a house, if you keep 70% of the of your construction with lights and with greeneries, right, you will not fall sick. So your recovery rates, it drastically improves. So instead of having an antibiotic of 7 days, you can finish that medicine course in 3 days. Now the technology is working on the how to minimize the rate of antibiotics and injections. So this is one of the technology which started in Singapore, right? So I've been working very closely with them. So I guess if you look at this, I guess the future of, especially in Indian architecture and designing, if we add on, right, this will be one of the concept project, I rather say, and one of its kind in India and globally as well. So I just wanted to add this.
Yeah, and a few months back, Nolly has informed us about that one of her projects is associated with that they are developing a carbon-free, smart city in that Philippines. Am I right, Nolly? It is in Philippines. So
The smart city that's being built now or being considered now?
it is being developed by Lego. Am I right? Lego company is there. Is it in Indonesia or Philippines?
Actually, it's Cambodia.
Cambodia. Oh,
It's in Cambodia, yes. So it's in their capital city. I'm working on that now, but it's a long process. It's only been about maybe 6 months old. So it's coming
Right.
along.
it takes time. It takes time for everything. We have a question. Mr. Aditya Gupta, who is a legal advisor and chartered accountant from capital of India, Delhi. So he want to get connected with our new member, Wendy Kohan. So Wendy, I will connect you with him, and I think you people could collaborate with each other, and his services might be useful for you. And even if you want to learn India in any way, he could be a good connection for you. So if you have any more questions, you are most welcome. Any new questions?
I have a quick question.
Yeah, please.
It seems like you have a very deep background in corporate office design. And then it looks like you're also working in some more planned projects. Is that something you're hoping to get more involved in, or is that something you've done in the past?
Yes, you're right, Krishna, and I've more experience on in-hand experience on corporate office design and build. But of course, we are doing architecture projects also, but architecture projects don't happen within a year's time. So they take a lot of, in fact, the 300 apartments, it took around 6 years to finish. Of course, because of the developers for cash flow and all that. So corporate office interiors is something where every office space, every brand have their own creativity and you can display your creativity. There is a good opportunity to display creativity. There are a lot of limitations in architecture. You can't just go wild in India on the plan. It's all about, it boils down to cash flow. It boils down to finances to be realistic. There are very few projects which who says, okay, I care a damn about the finances. You give me a out of the world, out of the box design. There are very few of them. But yes, we are working towards it. It's very in the initial stage, in very schematic design stage. But yes, office interiors such as corporate office, we have designed and built 1.5 lakh square feet of a project for a company called On Mobile, and we finished that from design to handover within 90 days. So that's how we work on tight schedules. So yes, that's what I'm more looking for. But nevertheless, whichever there is a opportunity where I can use my experience in terms of architecture interiors, I would certainly take up.
Great. I'm also very curious about your music project, as I also have a background in music. So I'd love to hear more or connect separately about that or something, just to hear more about what you're working on for that.
So at the back of me, you can see hobby and passion. And that's both what I've displayed, and I will never let it go. So it's like, movie. You have in before intermission, you have one kind of a story and the climax at the later. And the intermission is nothing but COVID. So I thought I know only two things. I know architecture and I know music. Not that I have some certification or grades in music, but I always wanted to do something different, and I believe in doing something different. And I believe in doing something small. It's not about the volume game. It's about doing it differently. I'm sure this Unfold Rocks, what I've started registered, and I'm looking for seed funding, and what I've trying to incorporate in the corporate spaces. It is a differentiator. For example, I'll just tell you, just imagine you have 4,000 employees, you have talent music, which you never know, because there is no opportunity, there is no timeline. We always think music doesn't pay. So we sit and we lose on that talent. And I have spoken to various VPs, CEOs who are really good in playing guitar, DJs, as well as in drums, but they never get the time and opportunity. So let's say they play, and rest of your 4,000 employees can hear you on a live stream. And then it is displayed that so and so employee of yours who is good in this is now playing live at your office space in this studio. So this is something what I'm trying to develop, and look forward to implement it.
That's a great idea. That sounds great.
Yeah. It's a de-stressing, it's unwinding. I'm not into online, or I'm not into some sort of a certification or something, because there are tons of people in the market who have been doing that. So I'm not trying to be a competitor. I want to be a differentiator.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
See, there is a very famous saying that destination is driven by the passion. And unless you don't have passions, you can't create the difference. Miracles do not happen in one day. It takes time. And it don't take time. It takes much time. So you have to put your efforts. And if you put your effort in Hindu mythology, it is said in Gita, Karmanne Vadika Raste, Ma Phaleshu Kadachana, Ma Karm Phal Hetu Gurma, Te Sangos Karmame. It means that keep doing your out, don't worry for the results. If there is honesty in your out, you will definitely get the result. There is no if, no but. God is watching you. So that's all. It was a wonderful session with you, Mr. Mayurji. And I would like to invite Alok for the final conclusion that we have been doing. Alok, the stage is yours.
Yes, it was a very interesting session, and we would jam up very soon, I and Mayur, because we both are into music industry. So definitely we'll visit Bangalore and we'll jam up. So yes, thank you very much for your very perfect introduction, I would rather say. For and let's hope that we excel every day, every second we excel, but we forget. We breathe, but we forget. So let's focus on your part as well, and let's excel for ILPIC as well. So with this, I would like to wish everyone an happy Sunday and enjoy.
So conclusion remarks from the today's meeting is that I think Mayurji, you and people Pathak sir is already working on a project. So congratulations to you. And I think Christina will be a good connect for you because you both are working in the same domain and you both are having the same passion about the music. So I will be personally introducing you each other on the WhatsApp. Aditji, you want to get connected with Vanity, so I will introduce you both on the WhatsApp. You people can get connected with each other and explore the opportunities together. So if anyone is interested in getting connected with Mayurji, they can message me, they can message Molly, they can message our members, get connected with each other. And as it has been said that your network is your net worth, no one knows who can create the miracles in this world because we are into 2022 and yeah, changes are being made in a second or you can say in a day because the person who was not having a single penny with him a day before, he can become a millionaire on the next day because he has or she has done the efforts. With all that, thank you very much for finding your time. We will be having a new timing because our members are facing issues with this time. So what we will do, we will have a discussion, we will inform you all, and we will see that how convenient we are with the new timings. On the next Sunday, we will be coming out with the new speakers. And thank you, that's all. Thank you. Take care, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for making
Thank you.
Sunday a Sunday. Thank you.
Bye-bye.